So in this video, we're going to be talking about neo-Nazis grooming teenagers. And so, what is this symbol? Members of the base. Is that the best you could come up with? That's terrible. You know, that's the same thing as Al Qaeda. You men are neo-Nazis. Like, come up with your own thing. Like, come on. Embarrassing stuff from these neo-Nazis. Doubly embarrassing. Get your own name. You know, Jesus. Members of the base. You know, people are going to get confused. You know, marketing is important. Guys, man. So secret efforts to groom and recruit teenagers by a neo-Nazi militant group has been exposed by covert recordings. So the capture of senior members of the base interviewing young applicants and discussing how to radicalize them. The FBI described the group as seeking to unite white supremacists around the world and incite a race war. Jesus Christ. The recordings were passed to US civil rights organisation, the Southern Poverty Law Centre, before some were shared with BBC One's Panorama. So Ronaldo Nazzaro, founder of The Base, the 47-year-old American earlier this year, the BBC revealed was directing the organisation from his upmarket flat in St. Petersburg, Russia. The interview, which took place via conference call on an encrypted app, followed a pattern for prospective members were asked by Nazzaro about their personal history, ethnicity, radicalization, journey and experience with weapons before a senior panel member posed their own views. So this guy is basically fishing, trying to get some potential neo-Nazis, some terrorists to do some stuff. The would-be recruits were quizzed on what books they had read, including Adolf Hitler's Mein Kampf. They were also encouraged to familiarize themselves with the group's white supremacist ideology, which predicts and seeks to accelerate racial warfare, requiring followers to prepare for conflict and social breakdown. During the call, Nazzaro can be heard welcoming members of other extremist groups, the young applicants who hid behind their aliases, the display varying degrees of ideological awareness, describing their radicalization by online videos and propaganda. When interviewers left the call, senior members discussed their potential before arranging to vet them in person at a later date. So, they were going to vet people, meet them in person, and do some terrorist activities potentially, or go on to radicalise more people. Societal collapse. So the recordings made clear that the base sought to recruit soldiers from Western militaries to draw on their training with tactics and firearms. So it's not clear if they were looking for people who were ideologically similar to them, or were they going to pay for people to teach them. Nazzaro, who the BBC investigation has been told used to work as an analyst for the FBI and as a contractor for the Pentagon, informed one British teenager the idea of societal collapse was a guiding philosophy. And so it's pretty crazy that this guy actually worked for the FBI and was a contractor for the Pentagon. And so it's really, the FBI's vetting program needs to get a lot more serious if they're going to weed these people out, because this guy would know the inner workings of the FBI and therefore how to avoid them. A European teenager was told that such a collapse would be desirable even at a local level if it offered a power vacuum that we can take advantage of. And that's what these guys are always looking for, power vacuums. And that's the easiest way to steal power. One boy was told, we have a goal of initially creating 2 or 3 man cells in as many areas as possible, and that the UK is a place that we think there's a lot of potential. That's scary, because we know that right-wing extremism is growing in the UK, and these guys think there is a potential to recruit neo-Nazis within the UK. During a post-interview discussion about a 17-year-old from Europe, one older man spoke of shaping his belief system, with Nazzaro saying he needed a little more work ideologically. They was definitely heading in the right direction. And so what we can see from this is that they are very carefully trying to groom people in order to work for them. So Dr. Casey Miller, a senior research analyst at Southern Poverty Law Centre, they do great work, describes the recordings as highly unusual glimpse into the world, showing that there is no singular pathway to radicalization. She says that those applying to the base from a variety of backgrounds. I think the fact that a lot of these people are so utterly normal is in itself significant. They didn't pose any traits that predisposed them to wanting to become a terrorist or to attracted to extreme ideology. I think it's really best to think of them as a reflection of society that is so deeply polarized. And that the fact is that because these guys are from such a diverse, or not diverse ethnically, but maybe financially, that they could get groomed, and that normally there's the idea, I think, which holds weight, that terrorists are normally recruited from poorer backgrounds and given some sort of pathway out of that to some sort of utopia. That's the ISIS philosophy. We're going to give you a better life if you join us, which obviously is false because you're joining a goddamn war zone. And so I think the fact that these guys could be from multiple backgrounds. Obviously, with ISIS, we know people from universities also joined, people from well-off backgrounds also joined, and so it's very difficult to actually, like they said, there is no single path to radicalization. People have their own route to joining on that path, the wrong path. So, in the American state of Georgia, 3 men of the base are currently facing conspiracy charges for allegedly plotting to murder an anti-fascist couple. The base is the latest underground organization to emerge from an international neo-Nazi network, originally generated by a now defunct web forum called Iron March. So we've got other organisations banned, including the British group National Action and the Sonnenkrieg division, that sounds German, as well as the Atomwaffen division in the USA, which has been dismantled by a nationwide FBI investigation. So here you've got examples of the FBI actually doing really good work here. And so, look, what we can gather from this article is that, there's a massive growing base of neo-Nazis that are growing in, specifically the UK and the US, and that, we should be worried about this. Absolutely. We should absolutely be worried about this stuff. And look, I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe. This guy's an absolute scumbag. He's now living in Russia. I don't know if he'll be arrested, to be honest. Hopefully he is, because he can cause absolute carnage in Russia as well. And so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.